So I seen one of Bob Benny's videos of him making his bottom boards out of HDO board. I was very intrigued by it. It looked good. It looks reliable, it looks solid, it looks smooth, it looked nice. Well, I started calling around to some of the local wood dealers, lumber sailors around here, and I would be like, do you guys have any HDO board? And they were always like, nope. I was like, do you know where to get it? And they're like, nope. So most of the people that I called at the time, nobody said anything. I didn't know where to find it. I couldn't find HDO board. I looked at a few different lumber yards in the area. Granted, these lumber yards aren't like big lumber yards that sell, I mean, they sell commercially, but yeah, I don't want to say names because I'm not going to belittle any store that's selling stuff. But I found this other store that was in the area. My buddy actually told me to go there to buy some lumber because I was looking for some good lumber to make some lids out of. And I was just going to use, when I watched that Bob Benny video, it's been a year or more, so HDO wasn't even on my mind. I looked around, couldn't find it, so I was just trying to find something reliable. So I was going to get 3/4 inch marine plywood, marine grade plywood. That's what my buddy told me to get. He says that stuff should be pretty good stuff. I says okay. So I went to this store that he recommended, walked up, total idiot, I don't know lumber terms, telling him what I want, and he's like, okay. I told him what it was for, and he says, well, what about this stuff or this stuff? And I was like, I don't know what that is. You know, can I go look at it? So I went back and looked at it, and as I was looking at what they were referencing to me, I saw a chunk of a bundle of wood sitting there that caught my eye, and I was like, man, that stuff looks good. Like, it's treated all around, it's smooth finish, it's got, like, I started looking at it and I'm like, what is this? Like, this is what I want. And the guy comes over and he's like, oh, that's HDO board. I was like, found the HDO board. So I bought 3 of them, and those are not cheap. Now I wish I wouldn't have seen that Bob Benny video, and I wish I wouldn't have known what HDO board was, because I would have bought the stuff that was probably about $100 cheaper per sheet than what I just bought. Now that that's just dawning on me now, I was like, dang it. Well, buy once, cry once. I got some good HDO board. It cost me a lot of money, but I'm gonna have some sweet lids like Bob Benny's HDO migratory lids. Oh yeah. Hope not. Well, I got my HDO board, and man, I'm liking this stuff. It is thick, it's expensive, man, it just feels like quality wood. Got 24 lids cut out of it for the deeps. I got some extra here that I can make some nuke lids out of, maybe even make a couple nuke boxes out of. I don't think I'd make the boxes out of this good stuff. I'd save this stuff for the lids, kind of like Bob Benny does. Use more of a cheaper wood for the boxes and then make a quality lid. But man, I'm impressed with it. I like it. Cutting the cleats now, or the end boards to go on this, and then I'll drill some holes in these so I can put my sugar on them. I'll paint the ends that aren't painted, but man, seems like good stuff. Nuke lids. Now I'm cutting the end cleats for the nukes. Gonna have to hold this one, boys. So I got a dozen nuke lids, the cleats. I got 24 of these and all the cleats. And I'm working on the feeder shims. Half inch, I'm doing a 1/2 inch feeder shim. And most people I know put it around the ends and then they put one here. But if I just put a cleat there, on the end, why would I need to put a piece there? Because this there, all that's gonna do is what? Because it's gonna sit flush on this no matter what. It'll leave a little gap there, I get that, but this will cover that gap. So, do I really need to do it like this? Or could I just do that? I don't know, I gotta think about this for a second. I'm gonna get a box and put it on here and see, because if that's the case, it just saves me some time and some wood. I mean, I got a bunch of scrap, so I'll probably do what I can, but I don't necessarily need to go buy more, because I got everything to do these sides. So why should I put it there? I gotta think this through. Okay, if I do it like that, and if I just put them on the sides, and then, yes, there's a gap right there, but do I really need to put that sheet there? Because this is gonna go right there. And cover that. So I guess if that like slid forward, okay, see, now I'm starting to think this through here. If that lid was to slide forward, then I have a gap and the bees can get out. But I have a cleat on this side, so it's not gonna slide forward. I don't know here. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do a couple, I could always build it like this. Put these on. So I got my two like this. Then the lid will go on. Obviously, it'll be a lot straighter. That leaves those ends with a gap for my pollen patty up in there, or a sugar brick. But then if I put this on there, that plugs everything. And that saves me putting in one more piece of wood. This stuff's thick enough that I don't think it's gonna bow. I mean, it's not like it needs that extra support right there. As small as that is, like, I'm willing to bet, I don't know, maybe it'll bend, but it's pretty hardy stuff. I could always build them like this and then come back and put a shim if I needed to, for some reason, if I find the glitch, but I'm gonna try a couple like that. Okay, got it. So I built it. I put the little shims, my 1/2 inch feeder shims. I got the cleats, doesn't slide. Here's the bottom. See, I just eliminated putting a piece right here. I know some people do, and maybe it's just better support, and I don't know, but I think with this quality of wood, I don't know if I need that. But man, that looks good. This box is, I blame the box, not my awesome master woods crafting skills. I mean, I'm basically a carpenter because my dad can build those, so that means I should be able to do these. Just kidding, I suck at woodwork, but that will do for beehives. Now I'm going to drill holes in them so I can put a plug, and then I will probably paint these. So I'm gonna roll with that. That's it. Maybe I'll post this and see if anybody has a suggestion as to why I would need to put a shim there and there, as opposed to just having that. Because it still covers everything. Like the bees can't, if this, well, I mean, it slides, but it only slides that much. So the bees aren't getting through there. Gives it a feeder shim. Just one less piece. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the reason? Will it work like that, or will it not?